watching Color 10 News at 5 in high definition.
The drivers passing through one Springfield intersection find themselves in heavy traffic. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jennifer Kilman.
Good to have you along. I'm David Oliver. A road construction project is causing some congestion now at South Campbell Avenue in Plainview. Our Linda Ong is at the intersection live to show what are drivers' concerns. Linda?
Jennifer and David, the traffic along Campbell Avenue going southbound is backed up by more than 3 miles right now. Now, the project is part of a $3.9 million project by MoDOT and the city of Springfield. The goal is to ease the flow of traffic, but for many drivers right now who are passing through the intersection is something that's very hard for them to imagine. The project extends the 6 lanes of Campbell Avenue south through the intersection of Plainview Road. It also replaces the intersection's traffic signals with new ones and adds turns lanes at the intersection of Campbell and Plainview. Drivers have been concerned about the traffic jam since the start of the project. MoDOT says the new traffic signals will use ground sensors to ease traffic flow. But until then, MoDOT has maxed out its time stoplights to allow more cars to pass through with every green light.
We get everything functioning, we have to go to timing. And with that timing, you have a certain amount of time for traffic to go through the intersections, and we have that maxed out, you know, to allow that free movement, especially for the rush hours, but we still have some of that congestion on the left turns and the right turns.
Traffic's been so bad since they started doing all this road work and the construction that it's just backed up, and that stoplight that they put in, it's horrible. It changes so fast. It only lets like 3 cars turn before it turns red.
Now, MoDOT expects traffic to get back to normal once the construction finishes, which is expected to be in about 2 weeks. But MoDOT has until November 1st to finish this section of the project. And also, the traffic signals are expected to be fully functioned around this time as well.
Linda Ong live tonight. Thanks. Finding a parking spot in downtown Springfield may be a little bit tougher for a while. Today, workers began demolishing the parking lot at the city government plaza. This is a project to improve stormwater runoff there. There are signs pointing drivers now to temporary parking areas.
And new at 5 tonight, soon many of the vans you'll see on the road will have been built in Missouri. Ford announced today it's adding 1,200 workers to its plant near Kansas City. That's because of high demand for the transit van. The 1,200 workers already have been hired and are expected to start work in late November. The plant also has 3 crews making F-150 pickup trucks.
A Missouri judge heard some arguments today on same-sex marriage. The ACLU of Missouri represents 10 couples who were legally married in other states. Now, they filed a lawsuit saying that Jackson County and in Jackson County arguing they were denied licenses under Missouri law. The ACLU believes Missouri's constitutional amendment limiting marriage to opposite-sex couples is unconstitutional. The circuit judge did not say when he would have a ruling.
The police chief of Ferguson, Missouri, has apologized to the family of the teen shot and killed by an officer. In a video, Chief Thomas Jackson said he's sorry to the parents of Michael Brown.
I'm truly sorry for the loss of your son. I'm also sorry that it took so long to remove Michael from the street. The time that it took involved very important work on the part of investigators who are trying to collect evidence and gain a true picture of what happened that day. But it was just too long, and I'm truly sorry for that.
A white officer shot the black teen in August, which led to many violent protests in Ferguson. Chief Jackson also offered an apology to peaceful demonstrators who feel he didn't do enough to protect their constitutional right to protest.
U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder plans to resign. Holder's been on the job now for 6 years, saying that he will stick around, though, as the nation's top chief law enforcement official until his successor is confirmed. Holder is one of just 3 members of the president's original cabinet who is still serving.
In tonight's education coverage, now helping students discover their options after graduating high school. Today, OTC's Table Rock campus kicked off a series of open houses that are being held around the Ozarks. Discover OTC allows seniors to get their feet wet in a college environment. The students get to tour the building, ask questions, meet with faculty, and talk with other universities about transferring on down the line. OTC Student Services Coordinator Autumn Porter tells us from a high schooler's perspective, it's also a great way to spend a day away from class.
But we understand that a lot of our students are still first-generation college students. They don't have feedback from family members to give them an idea of what to expect. So this is really nitty-gritty, answering questions, pointing them in the right direction, and making them confident that what they're doing now is going to help them prepare to be successful once they finish high school.
Springfield's Discover OTC is tomorrow from 10 to 1. There will also be one in Lebanon on October 2nd from 9 to 5. Hundreds of thousands of Medicaid patients do not receive dental benefits.
They were supposed to start this year, but Missouri's governor is withholding the funding.
It's extremely dangerous to go without that health care.
And tonight here at 5, the reason why the governor has not released the money.
You're watching Color 10 News with David Oliver, Jennifer Kilman, weather with Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warner. This is Color 10 News at 5. Get social on twitter.com/color10 KOZL. Be our friend on Facebook. Stay connected on ozarksfirst.com. And Color 10 News at 10. Experience America aboard the Showboat Branson Belle. From her majestic views to her star-spangled show. Cruises depart at noon, 4 and 8 p.m. Book now for the final season of the Made in the USA show.
Get a beautiful lawn and keep it from now on with Advance. Lawn and Springfield irrigation. For grass is spring green, starting every spring, call Advance. Lawn and Springfield irrigation. We plant the seeds, control the weeds, landscaping, irrigation, anything you need. Summers are a breeze and the green is guaranteed with Advanced. Advanced Lawn Care.
Shelter insurance has covered a lot of miles and a lot of cars and drivers since 1946. We like knowing we have you covered, so you can just sit back and enjoy the ride. Shelter insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Larry Grisham in Gainesville, D.D. Hunter in Springfield, or Michelle Pender in Nixa.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Time when truck guys can depend on great offers on the 2014 North American Truck of the Year.
I was born free.
Chevy Silverado, from the family of the most dependable, longest-lasting, full-size pickups on the road. It's Truck Month. Trade up to the Silverado Crew Cab LT All-Star Edition for a total value of $8,500. See your Chevy dealers of the Ozarks.
Book your tickets now for the Showboat Branson Belle, America's most entertaining dinner cruise. Enjoy the beauty of the Ozarks, a meal, and the final season of the Made in the USA show. For best deals, buy tickets at showboatbransonbelle.com.
Okay, medical coverage now at 5 tonight. In recent weeks, we have told you that Governor Nixon is holding back millions of dollars now in state spending for this year because of poor revenue growth.
One of the items he's put on hold is dental benefits through Medicaid, the government health program for the poor. Color 10's Nick Thompson is here to explain what's at stake for these folks.
Medicaid covers dental benefits for kids, but not for 300,000 low-income adults who are enrolled in the program. This year, the legislature voted to restore those benefits to adults after they were cut back when Matt Blunt was in office in 2005. The tab is expected to be nearly $18 million for state taxpayers. But both parties agreed dental coverage would save money in the long run because Medicaid recipients would be able to access care before their condition becomes an emergency. According to the Missouri Hospital Association, more than 20,000 Medicaid patients were treated at hospitals last year for dental conditions. One woman here in the Ozarks who was able to access Medicaid for dental because she is blind tells me she hopes other adults get covered again so they can avoid emergencies.
People can't afford it themselves, especially for dental. They just go without it, and it's extremely dangerous to go without that health care. People don't realize that having a bad tooth or an infection can cause many other issues.
We're currently about 3 months into the state's budget year. Governor Nixon says he's monitoring the revenue picture, and if he likes what he sees, he can release this dental money at any point in the rest of the budget year.
All right, Nick, thanks so much. Well, as September winds down, the weather has been very quiet and calm, and Jamie Warner is next to explain the changes expected once October starts.
This is the moment you've waited for. The hills are full of color. The days are full of freedom, and the nights are full of stars. Shining stars, shooting stars, superstars. With scenery and shows for miles. It's all smiles. In Branson, start planning your getaway today at explorebranson.com.
Introducing the flagship of the fleet, the Toyota Avalon. The Avalon is the best of Toyota, loaded with features and technology that make it a true luxury sedan. Award-winning style and comfort for thousands less. With 4 different models to choose from, the Avalon starts at just $29,998 delivered. Choose from $1,000 customer cash or finance and pay not 1 penny in finance charges. Check out the Avalon before you purchase any luxury sedan. Reliable Toyota, Sunshine and Highway 65 in Springfield.
Here are your current Ozarks lake levels. Caller 10 News is sponsored by
There's a lot of vapor stores in the Ozarks all saying they're the best, but Titan Vapors is different. Our focus is on quality, from the manufacturers straight to you. Titan Vapors carries liquids made right here in the USA. Titan also has all natural products and a great organic line, and over 300 different flavors to choose from. Titan Vapors offers a lifetime warranty on most products, because when quality is the focus, that's an easy promise to make. Come by Titan Vapors today on South Campbell. We'll kick the tar out of you.
Take fall head on. Ram has the best towing, 30,000 pounds. Best torque, 865 pound-feet. Best payload, 7,390 pounds. As well as the best fuel economy, 28 mpg highway. 6 mpg better than Ford EcoBoost. Hurry in and get a great deal during Ram Truck Month. Well-qualified current pickup truck owners get a low-mileage lease on Ram 1500 Express Crew Cab 4x4 for $289 a month.
Color 10 News provides local information about you and about life in the Ozarks.
You may act upon it or just take it in.
You may respond to a need, maybe even try to fix something, but you decide.
We're here to try to help you better understand the situation.
It's not directed from New York or Washington.
It's about the values of our neighbors in the Ozarks.
The local difference, our promise to you.
Forecast first with Color 10 Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warner.
We can expect some showers and thunderstorms here over the next couple of hours.
Forecast first before the start of every Color 10 newscast. Sponsored by Three Stone Homes. More home, less money. And now weather with Color 10 News Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warner.
Hey, folks, it's Thursday night, and tonight is Tailgate Thursday. Tonight's game, the Giants against the Redskins, kick off at 7:25. And tonight, SCS Home Entertainment is sponsoring tonight's event. We're off here off of Glenstone, just across from the mall. If you'd like to come on out, they're going to be out here late, open till 10 o'clock. You can actually come in and watch the game on one of their 17 TVs on the inside. Also get some ideas on maybe how to refurbish their home. What we're doing is we're kicking off their awesome autumn weekend that runs through Saturday. This weekend, you can find some huge discounts in their store and also outside of the store. You can kind of see some of the tables with some of the items that are drastically reduced. Plus, here's something cool. You got some electronics laying around that you don't want anymore. You need to recycle them. You don't know what to do. You don't know if you can put them out by the curb. Well, you can bring them on down here, give a $10 donation, and get rid of those electronics that you don't want anymore. And for an additional $10 per picture tube TV, you can get rid of those as well. Also, tonight only, you can come out and get Buckingham's Barbecue. They're the fine folks over there waving at you, ready to give away some barbecue. They also have some beer for sale. It's a beautiful evening to be out. Let's get into that forecast. Right now, we're finding mostly clear skies. Temperatures are currently in the upper 70s to low 80s. It'll be a slow drop this evening with temperatures falling through the 60s to about 63 by midnight tonight. So you get the idea. Not quite as cool as we've seen the last few nights, but still pleasant through the overnight hours. The big picture view across the nation features fairly quiet weather. We've got some pockets of unsettled weather across parts of the nation. Really nothing right now is going to bother the Ozarks. Yesterday I talked about maybe some upper level energy getting sucked north out of Texas and Louisiana, maybe across eastern Missouri during the weekend. Looks like that may remain far enough east, so we don't find any chance for showers out of it, and we should stay mostly sunny through Saturday and Sunday. Taking you hour by hour, that's the story. Tonight, mostly clear skies. Temperatures will fall through the the 60s. It won't be quite as cool as we've seen. And then for Friday, we're finishing out the week the way we started with gorgeous weather. Conditions will be mostly sunny. It will be, again, comfortably warm in the afternoon. The reason why I say comfortably warm is because even though we're making it into the low 80s for highs, there's not a lot of humidity, so it still feels pretty good out there. Looking ahead to Saturday, it's more of the same. Mostly clear skies Friday night, and then mostly clear skies again on Saturday with highs back in the low 80s. Talking specifically about our forecast, this is what we're going to find overnight tonight. Mostly clear skies with temperatures dropping off into the upper 50s to low 60s. Looks like about 59 tonight here in Springfield. There'll be a light breeze out of the south-southeast at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Joplin looks like a low of about 60 there. Fayetteville down to 46. And then in Harrison, a low of about 58 tonight. And then for Friday, mostly sunny, and we do it all over again. Sort of a copy-paste forecast. We're going to see the same thing tomorrow that we found today. Some high cloudiness, but a lot of sunshine, and that'll push temperatures back into the low 80s. Here in Springfield, it looks like a high of about 81, and again, humidity levels to stay low. That'll be the story through the weekend. Overnight lows around 60, afternoon highs in the low 80s. We get into the latter days of September, Monday and Tuesday. We will continue to see those temperatures slowly inch higher with highs maybe in the mid-80s Tuesday afternoon, and then October rolls around, and that's when we find conditions turning a bit stormier. It will still remain warm, I think, through Thursday, and kind of depending on how this storm comes out, and it's a little early to tell exactly how that will be, but there will be the risk of maybe some strong storms, especially Thursday, maybe into Thursday night, and that'll be followed by some cooler and quieter weather for the following weekend. So here we are at SES Home Entertainment. There's free barbecue, and you can watch the game tonight on CBS, the Giants versus the Redskins, here only. Guys, back to you.
Let me give folks our Viewers Club then right now here in the studio. It's 213-926. Can we pop it up there? There's no number there. There it is. 213.
I got it.
Well, you're done, Jamie. You're done.
I got it. 213-926, and the jackpot's at $400, guys.
Okay, all right.
Thanks, Jamie.
Okay.
Now that it's fall, it's finally time to get your fill of pumpkin.
In this week's Real Recipes, Donna Webb shows how to make some pumpkin apple bacon soup.
Color 10 News is sponsored in part by Harrison Dentures and Dental Services. It's here, Ford's Great American Tailgate Event, featuring America's best-selling brand. Introducing Ford Edge, Explorer, Escape, and the 2015 Ford Expedition, all powered by EcoBoost technology. Hurry in to Ford's Great American Tailgate Event. Now get up to $29.90 total savings or 0% financing for 72 months, plus $490 total savings, or lease an Escape for just $179 a month.
You must be the guys from Somalia.
Sudan.
Did your luggage come down the chute?
The job she never wanted. It's her story, anyway. I had 34 brothers and sisters, and they all gone but one. Will become the family
I don't think they're going to make it if they're not together.
she never expected.
You're being asked to make choices no one should have to make.
She's a child refugee of war.
Reese Witherspoon.
I'm wondering if your agency would approve me hosting a refugee.
You sure you're ready to take this on?
Definitely.
The Good Lie. Rated PG-13. Starts October 3rd.
Here's a look at stock quotes of local interest. Color 10 News will continue in a moment.
Alex Bertoni.
We all graduated from WGU for different reasons.
John Perez.
But we all came to WGU for the same reasons.
Amy Schultz.
To earn a degree employers respect. And earn it faster, for half the cost of other online universities.
Hear that? Mommy did it.
I graduated.
Check out WGU Missouri today. Education that works for you.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here for another edition of our Real Recipe with Miss Donna Webb. She's a dietitian at Mercy Hospital. Today we are at Hammond Heart Institute, and we're shaking it up because you don't have David, and we are out of the studio. So that's kind of exciting.
Something a little different.
Not that we don't love you, David, but we're having fun today. Girls are out of the studio.
Girls out.
So what are we making?
All right, well, we're going to do a pumpkin apple bacon soup.
Ooh.
Something a little bit different, because this is kind of the time of the year when the winter squashes are kind of in and pumpkins kind of in.
Yeah.
So this is a great recipes.
Right.
So, yeah, so we started with bacon.
Okay.
So we've already fried up some bacon. We got that kind of crispy, and then I added some onions to it. So we're cooking that up now, and then we're going to kind of add all the rest of our ingredients. So if you don't mind chopping that apple. And so we're going to really chop the apple fine, because of course it's in a soup, and so you want it to fit on a spoon, so that's always important. So you go ahead and do that, and of course everything in our recipe is whole, real food.
Which is very important.
Yeah, now you could cook your own pumpkin if you want to, but we're going to go ahead and use canned pumpkin today. But you want to read, of course, the ingredients label, and you want short ingredients labels, and no added sugar, no added chemicals, and you can see the only ingredients on here is pumpkin. So we love that. And we're also going to use actually some vegetable broth. And I love this vegetable broth because the only thing in it is vegetables. And again, you have to watch any kind of added sugars when you're talking about broths, and any kind of added chemicals. They put a lot of colorings in broth, so you're always looking for only vegetables in your broth. And so after we get the broth in there, I'm going to use some apple juice. Now, the original recipe called for a lot more apple juice than I'm using. You know, you have to be careful with juice. There's no fiber in it, so it does tend to have a lot of sugar in it. But we're going to go ahead and use just a cup instead of 2 cups. So we're putting that right in there.
Yum.
So that's the basis.
And I always wish television was scratch and sniff, because it smells amazing in here.
Smell-o-vision? Yeah, there you go. And after I get that apple juice and the broth in there, I'm going to go ahead and add the pumpkin. So this is such a simple recipe after you get that bacon kind of cooked up there.
Yeah, perfect for fall.
Yeah, it really is. And the cool thing about pumpkin, it's got something in it called beta-carotene. And beta-carotene is a great, what they call phytochemical. Beta-carotene is what makes the pumpkin orange, and beta-carotene has been shown to be protective for us against lung cancer. So the more of these natural kinds of phytochemicals, lots of different colors in your fruits and vegetables, is really important for health, and makes you just kind of protects you against all kinds of things.
Makes you want to run out and get more pumpkin.
Exactly. So when you get that apple done, I'm just going to have you toss that right in there.
The whole apple, right?
And that's right. That's right. So we're going to put that in there. Now, the other thing I add in here is a little bit of pumpkin spice, which really just kind of bumps up the flavors in it, and just sort of brings out the pumpkin flavor.
It smells good, too.
Yeah, we're going to do about a teaspoon of the pumpkin spice and just a tiny bit of brown sugar. And that is just, of course, with the brown sugar and the bacon and the pumpkin, it's amazing. So delicious. So go ahead and toss that apple in there if you don't mind.
Probably could have done a little bit better.
Nope, you did great.
Did you hear that, David? I did great.
She did great. Okay, so we stir that in there, and I would let that kind of cook up, kind of slow heat for about 20 minutes to soften that apple, and then it's perfect. And
I would do this on a Saturday or a Sunday when you're staying home, maybe watching football.
Oh my goodness,
and it would make the house smell amazing.
Oh yeah, so we have a bowl already finished here, and you just want to garnish with a little bit of that bacon that we fried up there in the beginning.
And who doesn't like bacon?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, now this is another great thing. Like I said, on the weekend, it might be good if it's cold outside, watching football. Oh, makes the house smell good. But thank you for sharing this with us. But you wanted to tell us a little bit more about some cooking classes that you're doing here at Mercy Hospital.
That's right. At Mercy, at the Women's Heart Center, we do cooking classes. And this is one of the recipes we'll be featuring in October, on October 7th. If you want to give us a call at the Mercy Women's Center, we'd be happy to get you registered for cooking school, and you can taste this in person.
Right, and if you want to make this, you can go to our website, ozarksfirst.com, and we will be right back after the break. Thanks, Donna.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Color 10's Forecast First, sponsored by Three Stone Homes. More home, less money.
Immerse yourself in the beauty of the season and be awed by the best cowboy celebration this side of the Rio Grande. Fill up with fall at Silver Dollar City's National Harvest and Cowboy Festival. But hurry, because fall doesn't last forever.
Traditions starting daily. For lunch, happy hour, dinner, and late night, bigwhiskies.com. 3 locations in Springfield and now open in Ozark. Here's to traditions being just as important as trends.
It's here, Ford's Great American Tailgate Event, featuring America's best-selling brand. Introducing Ford Edge, Explorer, Escape,
and the 2015 Ford Expedition. All powered by EcoBoost technology. Hurry in to Ford's Great American Tailgate event. Now get up to $29.90 total savings or 0% financing for 72 months, plus $490 total savings, or lease an Escape for just $179 a month.
Nature's beauty, true artistry, lively musicians, renegade thrills, and the best cowboy celebration and Wild West show this side of the Rio Grande. Fill up with fall at Silver Dollar City's National Harvest and Cowboy Festival.
Last year, Survivor pitted husband against wife, brother against brother, daughter against mother.
I don't want to have to put my mom out. I get one shot. I don't want to mess it up.
It became one of the most epic seasons ever.
How dare you vote up my little brother? I'm going to get you back.
Next Wednesday, Survivor is doing it again. Blood versus Water. Season premiere, CBS next Wednesday.
Call this agricultural art. In Iowa, people have been making masterpieces out of hay.
Yeah, Lucas County puts on this contest every year. Some of the hay sculptures are just a couple of bales, while others are as big as a house. There are 31 entries there in all this year.
Oh, that's too fun. And New at 6 Cox Health has reached a milestone of its massive expansion in South Springfield. We'll tell you where the project stands tonight on Color 10 News at 6.
We will also check back in with Jamie Warner out live at SCS over on South Glenstone for the Thursday night tailgate party. If you're going to be out and about, stop by. He's over there,
Yeah.
Jamie Warner. He's got the Viewers Club number, and he has barbecue, too.
He has Buckingham's barbecue.
Yes, he does.
And he has these 17 big screen TVs.
There you
can't get
go.
better than that.
We'll look for you back here on your TV with us at 6.